Konnichiwa! Hi guys, welcome to Clockwork Noodles, and this is a spoiler for all the readers out there. Okay, the blog readers have had it pretty cool. They get a blog and then months later you guys get the video. I know I've been a bit lazy with that. Girl's been in a slump. Girl, forgive me. Mental health comes first, guys. But I have a 1 year wrap up kind of thing for you guys. So we are going to read this, and if you are reading the blog, it will go up on the 4th, on the actual day of the year, of my year in Japan. Okay, so I have a year in review. It is wild to think that just over a year ago, my journey began. When I started typing up my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences in blog form. August the 4th marks the first anniversary of my first year in Japan, and it still feels surreal to me. I once truly believed I would never step foot in Japan, and I would likely die without ever leaving my retail job. As I reflect on where the year has gone, it feels like I have been here much longer, and I sometimes wonder where the line is drawn between appreciation and taking things for granted. Maybe I've been here too long. Maybe we'll find out. Over the past year, I have travelled to 17 of Japan's prefectures, experienced beautiful scenery, visited historical points of interest, and enjoyed a variety of local foods. I have adapted to daily life here, and despite some challenges with school placements, I have come to understand my role and expectations placed upon me. I have grown particularly fond of one of my schools in particular, and enjoyed talking to my fellow colleagues there. I have also become accustomed to life in Saga, including the bus system, the convenience stores, the restaurants, and the people. It is in Saga that I have experienced the most kindness from locals. From local Obasans gifting me origami and expressing their happiness to speak with me, to others approaching me if I am lost and asking if I need help. While these acts of kindness do happen in other places, no doubt, but my experiences in Saga have always stood out. The anime Zombieland Saga has a saying: all you need can be found in Saga, and there are times when I truly understand the statement behind this motto. Some of my highlights from my first year include my trip to Hokkaido, even though it resulted in an 11-hour Shinkansen ride due to a blizzard. I will say, if you are going to Hokkaido, you're either going to get a bear on the wrong way, blizzard on the wrong way, there's going to be deer on the wrong way. Just be careful, okay? Make sure you are not in a rush to get out of there. I enjoyed a memorable visit to South Korea where I ate a whole native bird in a warehouse in Cheongju. Another highlight was indulging in all-you-can-eat Saga beef in a restaurant in Sasebo. I had a wonderful trip to Bungo no Mori to see the tribute to Suzume. I enjoyed cultural moments too. I practiced shodo, which is calligraphy, with my students, and played the koto. I visited Gunkanjima. I experienced my first summer barbecue on a beach in Karatsu. I also took a rural train back from Mount Aso, so it literally went up and down on one track. It was quite cool. Walking over the Aritaki Sea, and also visiting Kashima Shrine, which were some remarkable experiences too. There are too many to name, there's been a few. There are also many memories, but there are these ones in particular that stood out. I have witnessed beautiful shooting stars and explored some amazing planetariums and science museums. I enjoyed incredible festivals such as Karatsu Kunchi and many other things, maybe even the Gat Olympics, the Mud Olympics in Saga. However, it is important to note that my first year in Japan hasn't always been ups. I have faced some extreme lows since moving to a new country. I knew it was never going to be easy, and it would come with challenges. Some challenges that I never even considered. Health was one of the things that I never really considered. Since before coming to Japan, I had some issues, but I never thought they would flare up to what they became in Japan. I ended up also with a rash across my body. After moments of basically landing in Japan, after months of trying different creams, changing shampoos, thinking it might have been conditioner, it wasn't. And I ended up eventually fumbling a doctor trip to see what the problem was. I learned that there's actually a fungus in Japan that can irritate your skin biome in a sense, and it can cause this to happen. It could happen to anyone, so it literally could just pick one person who just goes over. I don't know if any other people have experienced it, but I was unfortunate enough to win the lottery on this one. Apparently it could also be an issue if it continues to be hot and sweaty, and if you know anything about Japanese summers, you know where the problem may lay there. The rash is currently under control, but it is another example of having to prepare for anything and even the impossible. Growing used to an array of new flavors can also be a challenge, and it can take time on you. If you're experiencing a low day and you just want to taste familiarity, it can be quite difficult. Some of the small things may make you cry. I will never forget when someone told me they were literally first week in Japan, they went into a supermarket, they cried because their salt was near the sugar. You might think it's funny, it's cute, two white substances together. But when you are stressed, when you're away from home, those things can trigger you, and anything can make you cry. So do not be ashamed of coming to Japan and crying. Please take time to cry into a beautiful cat-shaped pillow. It'll make you feel better. The work culture and the social expectations are very different and can cause pressure and stress. I feel very stressed at times if I think I'm maybe going to make a mistake, or if I think there's a situation where I don't know how to act. When I had to give a speech and I didn't know where to bow kind of thing. It's going to happen, and you need to accept you won't be perfect. You are not Japanese, you don't know the customs. You are going to miss a bow. If you're speaking to someone, you might make a mistake, but you need to be forgiving with yourself and continue to try. So I have been dealing with some various issues right now. Personal issues, I don't really need to go into them. They're not been great, guys, but I have been having some lows, haven't really had the energy or the motivation to really report to you guys, but I figured the year was different, so I did actually force myself to write this blog and read it to you guys. I made the decision to take redundancy at the company I had been with for 10 years, which is stress. It's the end of a chapter there. It's admitting that I'm also staying here for another year. I have committed to a second year, but it's also the end of a big chapter and not really knowing where things are going after. The heat in Japan is also a constant, so I can return home feeling quite lethargic, tired, unable really wanting to do anything, which also builds if you do have like mental health issues, if you are feeling low and depressed. It's all going to add, so you need to be as kind as you can to yourself. Additionally, the challenge of feeling isolated is something that many face. Really feeling it right now. I have no one to talk to, no one really understands me, but these are all natural things, and I'm hoping that talking to you guys about a balanced review, not so much. I see a lot of videos, people going how amazing Japan is, and there's so many amazing things here, but I don't feel like everyone likes to go into the negatives too. There are negatives. There's a negative to moving and leaving anything you know and love behind. So there's always going to be something that you need to face. I have renewed my contract for another year. I'm also looking ahead. What can I do next? I have started looking at Epic in South Korea, but it will mean I will need to get a TEFL. I need to look into that. I've also considered a few programs in Europe, moving over to Europe because I do love my European languages and I also speak German, but there are many unknowns. I simply don't know where to go yet. I haven't found a path that feels right or a place that really has the qualities of feeling like a true home, but I want to acknowledge that this is okay. I hope that those of you who have followed my blog and my channel continue to enjoy my content. By sharing a balanced experience, I aspire to help others make an informed decision about whether this program is truly right for them. And I hope that sharing a more balanced take will help those who are struggling feel like they're not alone. It can be seemingly difficult to feel like you are the only one struggling in a situation when you are surrounded by so many positive takes, when everyone's telling you how amazing this situation is and their schools are and everything. It can sometimes make you feel quite isolated if you are experiencing not the same story. So I want you to realize that you are not alone, and there are many things. There's so many different stories going on that your story will be similar to someone. You might even question like, why are you not having the same experience? Honestly, I just want you to know that the hardships are going to be there. But there will be times when you will want to have fun and good things will happen, or you will eat a roast chicken somewhere in a warehouse. But there will be times that you want to cry in a pillow, or if you want to take a shower, or you must cry in a shower because you found another bug bite. Honestly, the slogan for Japan, forever itchy. No one talks about how itchy this country is, especially when a lot of the Jets around me have said that when they went to the doctor and had blood tests, all of there's like a thing they test for, which is like allergens or like environments that affect like your body producing histamines and things if it's reacting. Every single Jet I have spoken to has had them doubled in their blood because Japan is full of so many different environmental things that affect you. Though this isn't me doing science. This is bad science of Iona, but maybe you understand what I mean. But I want to thank you all for your support over the last year. I hope that you look forward to the next chapters, and thank you for continuing to support me. There's not many of you in the Noodle Bowl, but every single one of you who has commented and taken time to watch any videos of mine, thank you. I'm glad that my random musings can be seen and listened to by at least one person out there. So thank you so much. I hope you guys are looking after yourselves, and of course, take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.